Welcome viewers, Dr. JWAU. When privacy stopped feeling private, episode 9, when the law became the source of trauma. Laws are created to resolve conflict, not become the source of it. For 13 years, biological women have increasingly been told they remain protected. Yet the conflict has intensified. The litigation has intensified. The institutional retreat has intensified. The psychological burden has intensified. And that forces one unavoidable question. What happens when the mechanism created to provide protection becomes the mechanism through which the protection is progressively undermined? The greatest consequence of co-governance is not disagreement. It is prolonged psychological exposure to an unresolved contradiction. The law requires biological women to continually adapt to a governing framework that no longer gives biological sex exclusive authority over the very boundaries biological sex created. The law created the contradiction. The female nervous system lives inside it. For 13 years, women have repeatedly encountered the same behavioural sequence: boundary, challenge, explanation, accommodation, institutional hesitation, loss of certainty, repeat. Eventually, the body learns, never completely relax, never completely trust, never assume the boundary will protect itself. Remain prepared, remain alert, remain ready to defend what should never have been required to defend. And this is how chronic adaptation develops. The body begins expecting intrusion before intrusion occurs. Hypervigilance becomes normal. Boundary monitoring becomes automatic. Self-silencing becomes self-protective. Institutional trust becomes survival. The contradiction's no longer simply legal. It has become biological. The woman's no longer reacting to isolated events. She is adapting to a permanent governing environment. And this is why the burden continues growing. The law no longer absorbs the contradiction. Biology absorbs it. The institution retains authority, but the woman inherits the psychological, physical, existential cost. A protection that repeatedly requires biological women to defend it has ceased functioning as protection. In other words, the courts cannot protect biological women from transgender women. And the unresolved contradiction has become the inquiry. The law created co-governance. Co-governance created chronic instability. Chronic instability produced trauma pattern adaptation. And the burden continues accumulating inside the women the law was originally created to protect.